Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a full tutorial today. I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful dip resin chrysanthemum that you can add to any project you desire. So if you'd like to know how, check it out. I will share which items I used and some substitutes today as well. I always give tips throughout my videos, so make sure you watch to the end. So first, I want to introduce the main item I use, which I don't think you can find in America, but oddly enough, it's called American flour here in Japan. It's an air dry resin for accessories. If you are unable to get this item, you can use UV resin. So here's my first tip. I strongly recommend using a soft UV resin because you're going to need to bend the wires to make the flower petal shapes. With hard or low viscosity UV resin, it might break or crack. So the second item I used here are the gauge pipes. They're just plastic PVC pipe looking things which are in different sizes, and it helps in making every piece uniform in size. You don't need these. You can use whatever you have lying around the house, like a fat marker, a skinny bottle, to create the same size, but you're going to want to make large, medium, and small size petals. So I'm demonstrating here how it's usually used. You can get the same size for every single one that you make, and you wrap it around and twist it 3 times. See? It's like a perfect circle. This wire that I'm demonstrating with is a little thick and it's a little difficult to bend in shape. So I do recommend that you use a thinner wire. This here says it's a 24 gauge wire, so I do recommend using maybe a 26 or a 28. Some of the larger petals that I made has one wire through the middle. I actually did a shortcut because I'm lazy. I took a piece of the same wire and I ran it through the middle and I just UV resin cured them together to each end. But the proper way to do this is to actually wrap the wire around. This is for you guys who are going to use the UV resin who don't have access to this air dry stuff. So I taped the wire to some duct tape. I'm pouring this soft cure UV resin. Don't be messy like me, but just spread out the resin and try to make it as thin as possible and cure it, and that's it. It's easy. You can clean it up by cutting off the excess. I'm sure you guys can do a cleaner and better job than I did here. Sorry for the horrible demonstration. But anyways, moving on. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys how you can bend these with your pinchers. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, let's dive in here. This is the first step. I'm using this gauge pipe and I wrapped the wire around 10 times. Adding a bead on every loop. I tied it in the back and twisted the wires to make the stamen, like so. My apologies, parts of the video are made from vertical content. I made large rings here to medium size to smaller size, 4 different sizes, about 8 each. The largest one I stretched out to make a long, skinny petal. The dip liquid I have is clear, and after that had dried, I added some UV resin mixed with iridescent pink mica powder. I feel as though this step made the petals a lot sturdier and stronger. So this is my tip number 2, is that you want to make sure that your petals are pretty sturdy or else they might rip or tear. So I'm going to take some pliers and create some shape to these petals like so. This is the reason why you want them sturdy. I like the sort of crinkled look, but of course, if you want to leave this smooth, then please be my guest. I'm cutting off this excess wire because I won't be using them, but please don't cut them yet until you have decided which way you're going to assemble the flower, which you'll see in a moment. So I'm starting with the bottom petals of the chrysanthemum. I'm going to line those up first. I twist the wires at the bottom, and that's going to be my base. Isn't she pretty? I figured that instead of getting all the wire ends and twisting them, I wanted to actually use UV resin to put the petals into place, starting with the larger ones. So that's why I cut off the wire ends. And again, I took the easy route. I think she came out pretty, and it's very sturdy as well. So I wanted to add this to a cake stand. So I used some pink and the same iridescent pink mica powder and created this. One last tip I have. It's best that you add the chrysanthemum to the top coat so it won't sink and ruin your cake stand design. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Please like and subscribe. I've been doing resin for a while now, and I'd love to share all the knowledge that I have gained. Please leave your questions and comments below, and if there's anything you'd like to see in the future. Until next time.